that drive look vaguely familiar? Had a video on that some time back and used this drive. I know it worked, so it'll be good for what I need, at least for the very moment, booting an actual CD rather than a DVD, but it's IDE. Fortunately, this does have IDE, so we can hope and pray. I have an IDE cord, but it looks like it only has one legacy Molex connector, and that ain't gonna reach shit, so we're gonna have to get in here and do one of these guys. This way we got some room to work. Yep, 3 SATAs and one of these, and that's about all you get. Well, no need to throw the drive in, especially because the cable's long enough. I need 2 hands. I'm gonna hook this up, and then I'm gonna hook up the belt. People used to call these things belts. I mean, fucking really? It's not a fucking belt. A belt would have to turn. This doesn't turn. Morons. Fucking morons. Anyways, there's no jumper on this drive. Before we do anything else, let me just get a boot up. I've set the BIOS where I want it. Goes on. Fan spins like mad, which is apparently normal for it. And it comes up. I've adjusted the video memory because we're going to be using it for video editing. No, I'm not putting a card in here, at least not at the moment, because I don't have one. It goes through and identifies things and makes believe it knows what it's doing, and then it says I can't boot. So it goes to Ethernet, and then it says I still can't boot, so hook something up. So we'll shut that down and hook something up. Okay, the drive's connected. I have the diagnostic disc in, and we'll power up and see what happens. I have not adjusted any settings or done anything but plugged it the fuck in. Let's see if this truly is going to be plug and play. Obviously, because there is no other boot device, it should essentially find it. And I know the drive read a disk, so the drive. Spun up, and there it goes. It's booting. Beautiful. Well, it says it's an ASUS Computer Inc. CM5570 and system serial number. Well, that helps. Yeah, pretty much everything we read before. 2 multi-core present 2-way. Total logical processors 2. Installed 6 gig, 5.87 available, DDR2 squared, so that's got to be DDR4, right? Everything else is good. Blah, 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 blah. That's really it there. Let's try the processor tests. Says processor 1 of 2, Pentium dual core E5300. So I think that's better than what I have upstairs, which is an AMD E450 APU, I think. Did it only run the first processor? Maybe I have to do both? Okay, we'll do both. Whatever, I'm sure that'll pass, no problem. Tested pretty quick. CPU fan is barely chugging, so that's good. Now the motherboards test. Okay, that passed. Doesn't appear it has any PC speaker anywhere, because I would have heard it. It usually beeps somewhere in the middle of that. We'll test the cache memory. The cache memory. People to this fucking day Still don't know. What is the first thing they tell you if you ever have to call for tech support? Clear your cache. Clear your cache. Well, they're going to clear your cache for you, is what's actually going to happen. But cache is thrown around so much more now than it was in, let's say, the year 2000. When cache memory, cookies, what the hell are those, you know? Now, clear your cache and try again. Screw you, fuck off, and die. You know, and people still don't know. I don't know. Cache? Cacciatori? I don't know. Fuck are you? So, let's test that and see what becomes of that. Okay, that looked good. Benchmark it. Well, I guess we want the system enabled, otherwise it sucks. And the graph looks like a typical Pentium 4, so it'll probably not give much better performance than that. Still better than what that AMD thing is giving. Video memory test now. Oh, this looks like it's going to be a long one. So I'm not even going to bother to record this and speed it up. We'll come back when it's done. Well, that just took fucking hours. That was awful. Alright, well, I know that the RAM in here is good. We'll worry about upgrading it later, and of course I can run the diagnostics another time. The main thing is to get an OS installed and see what the performance index reads, and that's going to be the next part. So thank you very kindly for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and we'll be back installing an OS on this. Bye bye.